And what about my ancestors? My ancestors from way back, what were they like?
They're just old people.
The ones you remember.
Oh,
Like from over in Scotland and places like that, England.
well, my grandfather Shockley killed a rabbit, great-grandfather, in, where was he when he killed that rabbit? And it's against the law, there's a death sentence if you kill a rabbit. They got rabbits in the country, and if a man killed one of them, they killed them. This boy was just 13 years old. In his England, that's where he was, I think. So, no, it wasn't England.
Was it Scotland?
Ireland. He is Irish. And he was in Ireland, and he killed that rabbit. And his father set him over here. You're living pretty close to where he said it. Did you ever know where Aunt Mindy lived?
Where did she live?
She lived a little piece from here. I took Mother there. Let's see. Rock Island.
Oh, Rock Island.
Yeah, that's where they moved to. And he bought him a farm, good farm, and gave him 100 slaves. And he worked there a long time. And finally, there's 3 or 4 generations of them. I can't remember nothing of what I heard Mother tell about him.
How did they get from Rock Island over to Buncombe?
Moved and covered wagons.
Oh, they did. Your mother did?
Yeah. She lived in a model old cove first time they moved over there.
Oh.
And their daddy married the 3rd time. And he married a woman, and she was 17 years old. And he had grown children. And she'd walk up and spit in their food. So Uncle Tom Shockley, she spit in dinner. He'd been out working on the farm. He just slapped her down.
This is my grandmother, great-grandmother or something?
Yeah. Your grandmother.
It'd be my great-grandmother, I guess.
Yeah, she's your great-grandmother.
Uh-huh.
And the one before her was a great-great-grandmother.
Tell me what you can about them, how long they lived and everything.
Well, some of them lived to be 103. My 2 grandmothers lived, one lived 103 and the other 104, my great-grandmothers, and I never saw one of my grandmothers. They died before I was born. I've had some life.
What were their names, if you remember?
One of them was Hastings and the other one was I never did know the one that lived, a baby Chisholm. Trogley. She was a Trogley. That's a funny name. Hastings are close kid. Mother's mother was a Hastings.
How many generations was it from the time they came over to Rock Island to you, would you say?
Well, one. Rock Island. How many generations? 2.
About 2.
See, they came to Rock Island, and Mother was born there and raised there, and then they came on down here.
And it was about the time, what, of the Civil War or before that?
Well, it was about, no, it was after the Civil War. They moved down here, because Pa was born during the Civil War.
Oh, he was?
Mm-hmm. In 61.
Where was he born?
In Kelser.
Oh.
His mother was a fatty.
And how did they get so much land over around Buncombe?
Well, old man Fanning is wealthy. He had over 100 slaves. And when he'd get mad at one of them, he'd just kill him. That is him. He's a mean old scrapper. And then after they moved over there, you You see, they owned all that back in there. Nearly every bit of it.
Did they buy it from somebody? How did they get
They
a hold
bought
of
it.
Oh.
Old Grandpa Reynolds, his name was John.
Uh-huh.
He lived down there where Gordon Reynolds lived, and that was my grandpa's father. See, he was my great-grandfather.
Uh-huh. And he...
I didn't know nothing about Fatty's pa, never did tell us anything about his mother's people until I taught at Awalt. I taught school down there, and Wes Fanny and John Fanny lived there. And the Reynolds all moved there from England. And they was raised there. And then they married women over this way, and at Kelser. That's where they wound up. Ms. Charles Murray, she's always wanting to know something with me. I don't know why. Madeline Donaldson and me finished the 10th grade at Walnut Hill the year that they tore down the schoolhouse. And I told her that Madeline taught there. I got it mixed up, so I got to straighten that up for her. I don't know what she's writing up or something about the about them.
Uh-huh.
See, it's been so long, I forgot a lot of that. 69 years. That's how long it's been since I went to school to Old Hill. I remember an old woman, she had a house, and she lived by herself, and she was real old. And I see that house every time I go to town. She'd come out the gate every time when I was on my way to school and begged me to come and live with her. And I wouldn't do it. And she says, I'll lead you this home if you'll just come and stay with me and let you go to school. I wouldn't do it. I sure wanted to go there. She was real old. And you know she died in a little while. I'd have had me a home on if I just wouldn't lived with her. But it had been a mighty lonely life for me. We wasn't even allowed out of our place where we boarded after 4 o'clock, after school was out. We had to go in and study. They caught us on the street. Them that stayed in town, they'd expel them. So we stayed in. We had to.
And what city was this?
Huh?
What city was this?
Winchester.
Oh.
See, we stayed there and went to school, me and Tom and Floyd. So Floyd got slipping down and going to Lady Rue. And the old lady Shores, she worked for the old lady Shores. And old lady Shores liked Floyd, and she got the right day. And me and Tom like teased him to death, and Mr. Clark is going to expel him, and old Shores is going to kill him. And he stayed away from there. I didn't want him having him up there in school for all of them. Liz had met up with him at church. They was having to do at church. You know, she stayed to him all the time. It's Betty Anderson's mother. She said she's sorry she ever married him. Told Floyd that. Floyd married young. He wasn't but 17. No, I haven't got a brother or sister living. I miss them, too.
They used to put all the work on you, didn't they?
They sure did. Pa'd make me plant corn, and Tom and them done nothing. Said I planted it better than they did.
And they made you cook, too, didn't they?
Hmm?
They made you cook, too, didn't they?
Yeah. Why, I cooked and washed dishes when Orville was a baby, and I was just 5 years old. I'd carry my bread and stuff in, get Mother to tell me what to put in it to make it. And Aunt Salina and Aunt Martha came for dinner. Oh, they just had a fit on my cooking. Mother's in bed 11 weeks when Esther was born. I had cooked then, washed too. I wasn't but 11 years old. But she told me to do something. I'm not sorry. I've been useful. Used to every time anybody got sick and bug them, they'd send there for me before they did the doctor.
And you'd take care of them.
Yeah, I'd go and stay with them, take care of them. I know there's a woman, her husband, there's a sawmill man over there. Her husband got to run around as a right woman. And nobody wouldn't go to see Wright's mother on account of her. She was nearly dead. She's in bed with pneumonia, and I didn't know she's over there sick. So, Breakers, they said they wasn't going over there. Said they was Christians. Said they couldn't afford to go there. I just said, there's not a Christian in my house. I'm going to see that old lady. And I said, you ought to. Well, after I told them that, I went to see her just like I told them. Well, they cooked her something to eat and took it and everything. She died, and I made her clothes. And she cried when I went in and said, I was the only person that had been to see her, but says I can't help what my daughter-in-law does.
You've had quite a life, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. When somebody died, they'd come back and help dress them, put them in the coffin, and I'd go. I know we was at a place one time where Miss Fitzpatrick's mother died, and she had dropsy. And there's some men there, several sitting up. The man brought the casket. They used to work horses to spring wagon and take the casket around up. So he brought the casket, put it in the house. Then he asked for help to put her in it. Not a one offered to help. And he asked the men, they said, well, they just couldn't. And I just rolled up. I said, I'll let you put it in. Me and him put her in the casket. And I said, Lord have mercy, how could you stand that? Your hand just seemed to bury up at her. She had dropsy, you know. I didn't feel good at it, but somebody had to do. That's the way they used to do. They didn't have all this convenience they have now. I mean, I reckon she has lost in weight. I couldn't do anything. I get up and do it. Mother was that way a lot. Dad starved to death, Mother. She kept home, got around, kept living, schooled her kids. Now, there ain't many at a school them as hard run as she had to be. Grandpa wouldn't let his first children work. And Jack Skidmore got all that. They all had to go to work.
Was that the one that got him into debt?
Yeah. He signed a lot of notes, him and Woolman and there's another. There's three of them signed the notes, and Grandpa and, I can think of that man's name, I can't think of it. I'll just have to think another time. And Woolman and Grandpa had it to pay, and the other man claimed he didn't have nothing to pay it with. And so they had to pay it, and they had to sell their property to pay it. And then he slipped around, and what is left, he had a home left in that mountain land up there, and made it over to his second wife.